Hi guys, my last video was recorded just like 21 or so minutes ago. Last time I checked, my video was 21 minutes ago. Check it out if you want. This is a video of me talking about Bone Studios once again. This is the Dark Riddle Iceberg Explained video. They curse in this video without censoring it, so don't watch this video if you're a little kid. Probably don't even know what curse words are unless you watched my other videos. And someone accidentally cursed in my video who was my mother. Also, by the way, don't tell my mom I said this. What am I saying? You can't tell my mom this. We probably live millions of miles away from you. But my mom lets me swear. Yeah, she does. I mean she doesn't, but she just gets mad when I swear, but she doesn't punish me, she just laughs and says, "Don't say that." Yeah, and let's get the curse words off the track, please. It's too late. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep curse words away from my channel as much as I can. Sorry for talking about curse words again, even though I said I should stop. Because I don't know how to censor them out. Plus, I shouldn't even censor them out in the first place, because I don't want censored curse words either. But anyway, in this video, Dark Riddle Iceberg video by Bone Studios, I commented on this video about my theory about Dark Riddle. Here it is. I don't know the real lore of Dark Riddle, but I have constructed a theory. Also, in this comment, I will also tell you about an existing possibility that the developers of Dark Riddle are literally just making up the lore of Dark Riddle as they go along. You see, the main clones theory is because in the neighbor's basement there is an existing police officer and the neighbor in test tubes. And in Chapter 3, we see a plot twist where the neighbor is actually a robot controlled by an alien hermit crab. So the theory is that the alien crabs trap them in there, and they control the robotic version of them to pretend to be them. You see, I know that's not true, because in Dark Riddle story mode, we see the neighbor taking the hermit crab out of the robotic version of the neighbor and putting him in a robot for some reason. The police officer inside the test tube, inside the basement, has been removed, so now the test tube is empty. So the clones theory is fake. So here's a theory I've constructed. He was once a normal alien that never had kids or a wife, and then an alien came and locked him in a tube and stole his body. And the green twisted line that we see in the other test tube is the alien's DNA that he uses to turn himself back into an alien. And with those, he can switch from neighbor form to alien form whenever he wants. Don't bother, Sigma Brother, I'm recording. I thought my Sigma Brother was going to say a curse word, but in reality he screamed with all of his lungs, Riz. He did it again. I thought he was going to said half of the SH word. Okay, I'm back. Don't you dare curse, Sigma Brother! Anyway, and with those, he can switch from neighbor form to alien form whenever he wants. But he had lots of work to do at Chapter 3, the Mars base, Chapter 3. So he took a random alien hermit crab from his planet to control a robotic version of himself to do all the work at Chapter 3. The Mars base. So that's the theory I've constructed. But why is he doing this? Why did he kidnap Phoebe? And who is Piper? In Dark Riddle 3, we hear that Piper is a girl and that she's someone that used to work with the neighbor and his brother and sister, but no longer does anymore. And why are his brother and sister human? Doesn't that mean that they were aliens that stole people's body too? But Exel is wearing black clothing and has scientist hair and a scientist's beard, which are two weird things that a normal person could have. And Gloria is wearing black clothing, and she's way bigger than how a normal woman would be. Here's the part where I showed off the lore that indicate that the Dark Riddle team is literally just making up the lore as they go along. Yeah, there are 3 indications. Here. There are 3 indications here. First one is the one that was found by this YouTuber that's called Ador Player that speaks another language. And I don't know the language because I can't speak any other languages except English. Yeah, I can't speak Ukrainian language, only English. He at one point used mods to delete the door to Peter's attic. He did not find an area that's mimicking Area 51. He found 2 floors. The second floor was filled with nothing but 2 pillars, and the first floor was filled with shelves of pots and plants. The original Peter's attic, that's an area that's supposed to be mimicking Area 51, might be indicating that Peter is an alien. And Mrs. Agatha aim because she stole Mr. Bransey's VR headset. But the original idea for Peter's attic might exist because they weren't intending for Peter and Mrs. Agatha to be aliens in the lore, which is the first thing that indicates the Dark Riddle team is just making up the lore as they go along. Yeah, they might be. The second one is Dark Riddle Story Mode's old name. Dark Riddle Story Mode used to be called Dark Riddle 2. Yeah, it used to be called Dark Riddle 2 Story Mode. But they realized that this was the name of the person who created the world. Awful. You know what I mean? God awful. So they changed it so they made a replacement and another sequel and renamed it Dark Riddle Story Mode. The second one is Dark Riddle Story Mode. The name Dark Riddle Story Mode used to be called Dark Riddle 2. And at the start of Dark Riddle Story Mode, everything is normal, and we're running over alien hermit crabs, their car. Yeah, literally. Which means Dark Riddle was supposed to end with us going back to Earth, which is indicating that they're making up the story and lore, supposed to be lore, as they go along. Third one is the fact that Dark Riddle 3 Strange Hill was actually once its own game, made by the Dark Riddle team that was called Strange Hill. Yeah, it was. That is not connected to the Dark Riddle universe in any capacity whatsoever, which means Strange Hill was never intended to be connected to the Dark Riddle universe. And those are the 3 indications that the Dark Riddle team is making up the lore as they go along. Yeah, do you agree with those reasons? And that's my theory of why the neighbor is an alien. Thanks for... No... So, do you agree with my theory? Do you think that the neighbor is an alien from Mars? I mean, we know he's from Mars, because Dark Riddle 2 Horror Mars. Why are Exel and Gloria Wood his brothers? They should be from Mars if they're his brother and sister. That means that they're also aliens. Also, in Dark Riddle 1, we get in that spaceship and fly from Mars, Chapter 3 Mars Base, to Mars in Dark Riddle 2 Horror Mars. Somebody mentioned that on the Dark Riddle Discord recently. Yeah, but I think I have an explanation for it. I looked up Dark Riddle. Here's the Dark Riddle channel. It's in one of their shorts. This one. Thing. Look outside! It's space. Like, they sometimes accidentally reveal what's coming soon in their trailers. Notice how it's space. It's not Mars. I think in a future update, they're going to change the Dark Riddle to Mars base. The Dark Riddle 1 Chapter 3 Mars base to the Dark Riddle 2. The Dark Riddle 1 Chapter 3 UFO. Like it's going to be like a UFO or just a spaceship floating in space. Because in the ending of Dark Riddle, we fly out of it in a spaceship and we're in space. And plus, like, I know this is, like, we're not standing in it on, it's because in space, we see Mars. Like, we're not on Mars. Like, we can't just be flying to Mars. So I bet in the future update, they're going to turn the Mars base into a space base, like a UFO or spaceship in general. So that explains it. It's going to be in a future update. They just haven't released that future update yet. Yeah, because I think that because in this trailer, they did this in this trailer, and also they sometimes accidentally reveal what's coming soon in some of their trailers, because, I mean, we can't forget about this, right? This. They accidentally reveal what's coming soon. Let's see my comments. Hey, hold on. I edited the comments so that there won't be any that one finger emojis in it. Among people, that's how some people pronounce OMG. Among people, did any of you guys see Mr. Cow's shop? It looked completely different than it does in the actual Dark Riddle game. I've compared the outline of Mr. Cow to the unknown character's outline in the side quest section of Dark Riddle 1, and they have the exact same outline as each other. True, they do. It means that the new character isn't actually a new character, and they're just adding quests to Mr. Cow, which means that Paga Games accidentally revealed the unknown character. Paga Games right now. All the emojis. Funny. Like, so many oh no emojis. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you agree with me with my theory. I hope that this video will be out at one of my old videos, and this video will be outdated soon, and they'll finally release this new Mr. Cow shop. Yeah, I do hope they do, so we can have new Mr. Cow quests. Anyway, bye.